Let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
This is Ron from Cleveland, and in my opinion, the whole problem is Stefanski. I think he has a recurring theme of each year not being able to handle the Browns' high echelon players. You know, you can go from Baker to Beckham to Landry to Clowney. It's just a reoccurring theme every year. Kevin's a damn good offensive coordinator, but I think when it comes to the locker room, he just does not have the experience or the know-how of handling the locker room he gets. And it seems year after year, here we go again. And the Browns might need to think about replacing Kevin. I'd love to see Kevin stay on to being, offensive coordinator, but I guess when you're fired from being a head coach, you don't want to take a step down. But I'll let you guys think about that. That's just my opinion. As usual, love the Browns to the end. Love your show, and go Browns. Woof.
Appreciate it very much. Appreciate all the voicemails. Jeff, what I would say was the guys that seem to have a problem, Baker and Odell and Jarvis and Clowney, all kind of thought they were, elite, and I would say they're not elite in the NFL any longer. I think that kind of is what screamed to me about Clowney. Clowney, particularly, it's like you're a complimentary piece. The guys that Kevin seems to have problems with that were referenced in the voicemail have all been complimentary guys who thought they should be featured, and they're just not there at that point in their career anymore.
I think there's a lot of it to do that. And then as far as, trying to satisfy certain individuals, Jadeveon Clowney has been a player, has not been happy his entire NFL career. Yeah, there are times in Houston he wasn't happy. There were times in Seattle he wasn't happy. If you talk to Tennessee Titans folks, they'd like their $14.5 million back because he only played one game for them. This was going to be the issue with Jadeveon Clowney this season was Jadeveon Clowney last year at $8.5 million, you got a return of 9 sacks, and you got a highly motivated player. This year, you had to satisfy Jadeveon Clowney by giving him $14.5 million. And you did not get the return on that investment to the point where in October, he's telling his coach as the game's about to start, I'm not playing first and second downs, or I'm not happy doing this. Why are we setting Miles up? He seems to be getting all the easy looks. He's a younger, better player. He's a cornerstone piece. You don't hear these conversations from a gentleman like Nick Chubb. We don't have these conversations about a player like Amari Cooper. We didn't have them about Jacoby Brissett. We didn't have them about Denzel Ward. We don't have these conversations about David Njoku. A lot of this is guys kind of being sour grapes about the fact that they are just not as impactful in the league as they used to be. It's a sad state of affairs, and sometimes some guys don't transition from being a star player to a role player. But that's on them. As far as Coach Stefanski having to walk away because of not being handled some of these players. Granted, Odell was injured all year. Baker hasn't done anything. Jarvis didn't do anything. Basically, guys get replaced in the NFL. It happens all the time. It's more on the player. It's more on the person with inside that uniform to carry themselves and understand what their role is. But as far as handling star talent and top talent, I don't think Coach Stefanski has an issue with that whatsoever.